Hey yo, as I'm sitting outside of the gym, fam, I was just thinking about you and what you're going through in your life right now. And I don't know you, or maybe I do, but I know that you're on that journey right now. You're right in that tunnel. Maybe the light that was once driving you, the shiny things that used to give you that spark, the people that were on the journey with you. Maybe those things aren't what they seem to be anymore. I know a little bit about that because, to be honest, in my life, perhaps one of the greatest struggles that I've had to face is to realize again and again and again that things weren't what I once thought they were. Whether it was when I got rejected by a million job applications, thinking that I was this young man with a lot of potential. Whether it was having good grades in school and thinking that that would give me enough to succeed. Whether it was in being a good person, thinking that people would see it, only to see myself cheated on, rejected by a million job applications, minimum wage jobs, homeless, sleeping on my friend's mattress, having to cross the country, take the Greyhound bus with just a carry-on, just to go and sleep in my friend's spare bedroom. As someone who's 10,000 miles away from where I come from, I've not seen my mom but twice in a decade. Now we don't even talk to each other. Family issues. Seeing my parents' marriage being destroyed as someone who was all about my family, as my why when I had nothing. I thought about all the sacrifices that they had made to help me get to having the opportunity to get an education in America. And I just couldn't give up and had to find a way. Whether it was when I ghosted 99.99% of people that I once thought at one moment in my life were my greatest friends, were the people that I was meant to be with, grow with. Whether it was in giving up on the dreams that I once had to be a soccer player, to be on Wall Street, things that meant everything for me, that I spent hours and hours, sleepless nights, dreaming about, researching, putting in the work. I remember driving 5 hours for an informal interview after emailing tens of thousands of people, working on what I should say in the email and the subject, changing my resume a million times, looking up people on Google, on LinkedIn, wherever, trying to guess what their emails would be, trying to find names and reaching out to them, talking about my passion, where I came from, and just trying to find a hook that would make them see me and give me an opportunity. I remember driving right before this hurricane to Manhattan, paying $60 for about an hour or 2 hours of parking, only to sit in this room with this guy who was just looking at his phone and then just told me, "I'm sorry, man. Your education at this school, which I thought was a great education, is not good enough. And you're not in one of those target schools, and it's going to be extremely difficult for you to get a job." As someone who thought I could be so many different things, to see myself literally as a nobody, In that season of my life, fam, trust me, I felt like that tunnel that was once leading me to something was all a lie. And the truth, fam, is one of the things that I realized is that it was a lie. But it was a lie that I turned into a life sentence. A lie wasn't about somebody deliberately lying to me about something per se. It was this idea of what I thought I should be. Life humbled me to realize that there's way more to me than a resume. Way more to me than a simple storyline of I went to school and I applied for a job and somehow I got rich. The life is deeper than that. That there will be different chapters, that there will be different seasons. That I will meet a million versions of me if I allow it. That I could be somebody else that I never thought I could be. And the truth, fam, is that's what life taught me in that season, in those seasons, in every seasons of my life where I faced what may have seemed like adversity, but were actually the greatest blessings that I've always had, perhaps destined for me. And the truth, fam, is in this season of your life, perhaps you're facing a breakup, perhaps you're facing this reality check about how things aren't going the way you want. Perhaps the way you feel about yourself and the level of peace and grounding and confidence that you would wish to have with yourself is now making way for you letting your anger, your stress, not only affect you, but affect people that you love in your life. I'm telling you that this is the greatest season of your life. One of the things that I realized is how much we are scared of our dark side, our insecurities, why we feel a certain way, how we're scared about looking a certain way. And it's not even that we say it, we embody it. And now we would rather run away into distractions rather than facing what we truly want, our priorities. And I knew that only when I dared to actually see myself from a place of no one can tell me what I know, what I want, what I need to do like I do. That's when I started allowing myself to see what I was actually doing with my days, what I was actually thinking, what I was actually allowing myself to do, to be. Whether it was in how I was budgeting and spending my money, realizing that I was all talking about how I wanted to invest in myself and wanted people to invest in me. But all I was doing is putting my money towards things that were not what I wanted to do. In that season of my life, that's when I rewired my brain about taking every dollar that I made and allocating most of it towards investments. And that's what planted the seed to now the generational wealth that I was able to build and I'm able to build every single day. That's also the seed that I planted when I decided to drive to the gym, whether it was a 1-minute workout or a 5-minute workout, to know that that is only something that I can put to myself. That it's not somebody else's fault if they tell me to do 5 sets of an exercise or to wake up at a certain time. It's on me to find out what works for me. The truth, fam, is we go to school, we live in circles with parents, with educators, and we think that what they say is what it should be. never realizing that only ourselves can truly teach us, and that everything in this life must go through us to actually become us. That it's not selfish or narcissistic or egotistical to dare to put ownership on yourself. Because the truth, fam, is the people that you love, the people that you can serve, will never truly be blessed the way you can bless them, the way you can be a vessel for blessings for them, until you bless yourself the way you are meant to bless yourself. In the way you show up, in the way you allow yourself to be everything you can be, is you living in your purpose. Whether it's you going beast mode in the gym and people seeing you as inspiration, whether it's you allowing your greatest aspirations to turn into real goals, real budgets, real work, real processes that then turn into opportunities for everyone around you, that turn into products and services that people benefit from because of how you allow yourself to express yourself fully without limitations, but you allow yourself to shine the way you're meant to shine. Whether it's you making other people in your life accountable and not letting them say whatever, for you to understand what your boundaries are, and that being the reason why they now understand the consequences of their actions. Everything you do is on the other side of what you allow yourself to be. And if you allow yourself to be somebody that can change, somebody who can be there for yourself even in those moments where you don't exactly know why you feel a certain way, or what tomorrow may bring, or what later on today will look like, you will actually dare to build a relationship with yourself. Because that's one of the things that I had to realize, fam, is we talk so much about what we want in other people, yet we don't see the very thing that stares right at us. Is what about the relationship with ourselves? We want others to be there for us, to spot us, to give us an opportunity to speak life to us, to not run away when it gets hard. But yet, when it comes to doing that for ourselves, we are nowhere to be found. We talk all this game about being a beast when it's time to be a beast. But when it's time to actually be ourselves, with ourselves, to build a relationship with ourselves, which is actually the gateway for us to be the real beast we can be, we would rather talk about something else. Because it's too deep. Because it's not what matters. And that's the thing I had to realize, fam, is that no. That's the very thing that robs us of a beautiful life where we can be both happy, successful, externally and internally, spiritually, mentally, financially, in every way that this life can provide to us, is on the other side of what we allow ourselves to believe about who we can be. And that's the thing. For me, when I faced that season of my life, that's when I finally realized that it was not me versus me anymore, or me versus the world. That it was me and the world. That in every emotion that I felt was something that I could not run away from. That the very anger I felt, I should not run away and try to scroll or watch a movie or say it's all gonna be okay. But behind the frustration is the exact courage that I was looking for. The exact energy that I was looking for to do the cardio, to learn the skills, to spend the extra time, to be more engaged, to be more present. Behind all of that was regrets, was insecurities. My dark side is what allowed me to step into my greatness. Until I found the level of consistency and wisdom to actually build a relationship with myself strong enough so that I could actually turn that into real love. And to not make my life all about pain. Because that's the other thing, fam. To fall in love with the negative energy, the struggle, is the very thing that keeps us into this cycle where we will never feel truly fulfilled, and we always feel like we need to chase something that ironically we've always had. I truly believe, fam, that gratitude and celebrating life in the present is the ultimate driver of success. Not only in the light that will emanate out of you, about the positivity that will attract people in your life, who will wonder, man, this person looks like they're having fun, they love what they do, I want to be part of that positive energy. Or whether it is and simply how you bring this level of conviction, learning, open-mindedness that allows you to be solutions driven in every moment where everybody else is talking about who to blame, what the circumstances are. You are the one that finds the opportunities. For me, that's what changed my life in the times where I felt like I couldn't make money in financial markets anymore. When I lost $150,000 in the span of 2 weeks, and I lost all the money that I had made at that time because I got too greedy. That's when I actually found more courage to learn things I never would have thought as valuable before. I now found patience to actually learn them. As someone would never thought I could be in a committed relationship. When I allowed life to truly connect with me, hit me, and show me that there's more to things than just money and pursuing what's on the outside and what people will say, I started finding peace and passion and purpose in truly being a good man behind closed doors and not having to portray it to the world, but to be there for people. Not hundreds of people, but to be there for one person, my significant other, regardless of what other people will say. But I only was able to truly find that when I allowed what hurt me to truly show me the way. When I started writing down the emotions and thoughts that I had in my mind, in my heart, that's when I connected with my soul. When I stopped seeing my worth as something I needed others to validate, something I needed to show on a resume. That's when I actually allowed myself to finally live my life, to pour life in my life, to be the investment that I was looking for, to be the coach I was looking for, to be the light I was looking for. And in this season of your life, fam, life is literally taking you right there. And you feel it every day. Perhaps in the job that you're not happy in. Perhaps in the body you're not happy in. Perhaps in simply having another day. Just in that moment, right under your nose. Behind all the cynicism and the negativity you may bring. And the what if, and the if only, and the I missed the boat, and the I don't have enough time, is the greatest blessing you've always had for. That's what I had to realize. When I was unemployed, when I had nothing, that's when I realized that I could be way more than I could ever imagine. Way stronger. Way more present. To be someone who could go all in. to be someone who could give myself the grace, the patience, and that I allow myself to be finally consistent enough, disciplined enough, because I wasn't actually trying, I was being it. People would ask me, why do you work out so much? Why do you do this so much? Why do you always try to do things this way and always do things in such a great way, even though they don't pay me enough, etc., etc. And I would say to myself, not to them, because I just feel like it. I know why I do it. And here I am. And as much as I am in a place that I would have dreamt about, living in a dream home, 15-year plus career impacting billions of dollars, building generational wealth, a body I would have dreamt about, a newborn son, I am just starting today. Today is the beginning of the rest of my life. And it's the same. And it's the same. And it's the same for you. As always, fam, wherever you are, wherever you come from, you are destined for greatness. Get busy living, not busy dying.